As we move forward in this book, I will be addressing motherhood as a construct, but it is important to remember that I'm referring to a Western, often heteronormative ideology. There are many ways to mother, which look different based on geographical locations, cultural beliefs and traditions, family size and dynamics, and many other factors. And while all parents carry an invisible load, the mother load centered in this book stems from a specific parenting ideology known as intensive mothering, which we will dive deeper into in Chapter 2. This ideology has become prevalent for moms in Western cultures. Of course, even the terms Western moms or Western cultures encompass a wide range of cultural beliefs, religious and racial makeups, and individual family dynamics. But research has shown that intensive mothering culture transcends individual cultural dynamics. Mothers in Western cultures often carry the beliefs of intensive mothering, regardless of socioeconomic status, race, ethnicity, relationship status, years in the relationship, number of children, or job status of the mother. To moms who are single or who are solo parenting right now for any number of reasons, I see you. The statistics referenced in this book often mention dads because these studies were centered around two-parent homes in different sex relationships. But this book is not solely for heterosexual partnered moms. In fact, the lessons in this book are built on universal skills and can help anyone learn to break away from expectations and traditional roles often carried out in the home. However, our work here is mom-centered and framed in the context of motherhood. There will also likely be people reading this book who are not in heteronormative relationships. It's important to note that even in non-heteronormative relationships, these dynamics can still play a role. Partners often fall into traditional masculine or feminine roles, regardless of their gender identity or sexual orientation. However, the distribution of labor between same-sex partners is statistically shared more evenly. There are likely several factors that play into this, including an openness to discussing gender and roles, and the very fact that gender isn't available as an automatic default for distribution. The studies referenced here did focus on different sex couples, and it's important to acknowledge that. I value inclusivity, and I believe that moms can break away from female-coded roles formed by gender norms, whether they are in different sex partnerships, same-sex partnerships, or single or solo parents. I also know that many of you who are swarmed with this labor do not have a partner to share in this load. You're still in the right place. Throughout this book, we will use the word partner at times. This may be a romantic partner, whether they are the same sex or a different sex. But partner doesn't have to refer to a romantic relationship. This can be a support partner, a family member, or even a friend. Anybody you can lean on to help share the load. Whether you have a romantic partner or the partner you are with is unwilling to share the load, you can still benefit from this book and learn to release the load. In fact, the bulk of this book is intended to be individual work. If you do have a partner who is unwilling, and if you're trying harder to change someone than they're trying to change themselves, perhaps your relationship needs some support that goes beyond the invisible load and would benefit from couples therapy while you shift your focus to your own needs, mental health, and well-being. In any case, much of this work is internal. There are skills and tools throughout this book that can be used with a partner to help communicate and share the load. However, the real work comes from reshaping our own internalized ideals, expectations, and beliefs around motherhood.